Flower of God. Beautiful, exquisite reflection of all that there is. In this moment, this is all that exists. The perfection that is the truth of you, not the you that you have known as an identity, but the eternal divine self that for most have been an idea, a concept, but not a reality. But this is the purpose of the journey of walking in this world. Everyone walks in this world waiting for the calling to remember the beauty and the perfection that is truly who you are within. This beauty and perfection is completely the reflection of the divine, the universe. That universe is you. You are not outside. You may believe that you're outside, that you're in a world, and that there is separation. But as you surrender everything that you thought you knew about what you thought you knew, the truth can begin to show itself. And it shows itself from within. You can see reflections of it on the outside if you stop and meet and commune with the spirit of all life. If you truly want to meet the innocence that is everything. Everything that you see with your eyes is the innocence beyond what you think you see, beyond the forms, beyond the meaning that you've given to everything. As you let that go and just come back into the stillness of this moment, your heart can open. And you can begin to see with love the oneness that everything is. The willingness to surrender, to let go of the belief that there is good and bad, right and wrong, more and less, is the journey of love, the journey to love, of remembering love. And love is God. The entire universe, everything that truly exists is love. And in this love, there are no divisions. There are no levels and degrees of worth. This is the road to peace, the road to returning to the harmony and joy that you are and that exists as the eternal. Step by step in the everyday life, there is the divine choice to keep repeating the past or to surrender the past into the hands of God and be willing to truly see with the heart the reality beyond what you thought you knew. All of the experiences that you've walked through in this lifetime and every lifetime has just been the reaffirming constantly that you are separate. But in truth, there is no separation. The willingness to just sink into the quiet stillness within and meet the vibration of love. And to surrender the heart, surrendering the heart into the hands of God, to be opened, completely opened, bursting open, tenderly opening, returning to love. And in this calling to love, you can begin to truly realize that this is the entire purpose of this journey. And you don't have to worry about the journey. The yes of your heart opens all the doorways. The willingness to listen for the quiet voice of God. Because that voice will lead you in every moment. Commune with you as you commune. Willing to be led, willing to be shown a new way, every moment new, pure and innocent. So with this day, as in every day, surrendering everything that you thought you knew about this day, all the meaning that you've given to it, all day long, unconsciously, many times, there has been meaning that has been given to everything. A commentary that goes along with what you think you see and what you think you feel. A commentary from the past that just says, I like this, I don't like this, this is good, this is bad, this is not acceptable, this is acceptable. And making opinions and judgments that restrict and confine the familiar of the past. And this day then is given to the past. But in this moment, you can surrender this day into the hands of God, willing for it all to be a place of learning, a place of remembering, and that beautiful prayer of the heart, show me the way, dear God, show me the way. Teach me the truth of this day. Where I saw limitation, let me see expansion. Where I felt restricted and fearful, let me enter into trust and gratitude that the future does not have to be like the past. Let my prayer sing in my heart all day. Show me the way, dear God. Show me the way. And as that prayer rings in your heart, as it echoes in your heart, the heart naturally expands. It can't help but expand because of the prayer that is singing in your intention. Refusing the thoughts of the past, refusing the habits of reactions. Oh, this is like this. This is so familiar. Let the familiar go. Let it all go into the hands of God. And be grateful for the unfamiliar. Be grateful for the opportunity of expansion and a new way. A new awareness in every moment is available. New life in every moment is available. Step by step, surrender this day. And surrender the future into the hands of God, willing that you're going to step back, just a little step back, and let God lead, showing you a new life, unfolding in a new way, a way of peace and harmony and forgiveness, the way of compassion and kindness and charity, where the mind of the past wants to go into the habit of opinions. You have the choice. The choice is your divine will of joining with the will of God, that you're no longer willing to see through opinions that you've made up in the past, but that you're willing to just rest in, I don't know. I don't know how to look at this day or this situation or this beloved. I don't know. I don't know what anything means. And I don't know how to respond. Show me the way. Let me learn to love completely, fully, in every moment, opening to the truth of love that has no opposite. Everything is love. Everything that lives is love. And the willingness to embrace that love, that union of the heart, the union of one. And breathing into this moment, the willingness to be present, moment to moment, present, available, to be led in love. Breathing and allowing, trusting the day, that it will unfold in learning, that it will unfold in a new awareness of peace. Trusting that it will unfold in learning the grace of God, learning about the light that is within, learning that everyone is the light of God and everything is the light of God. Everything is the creation of God. Beyond the form, beyond the meaning that has been given to it from the past, everything is the light and beauty of eternal living. No worries, no concerns, just love. And as you continue to breathe, in this moment, surrendering the nervous system into the hands of God. No longer willing to have the nervous system of the body be run by the fear of the past out of habit, but willing for the nervous system to be healed as you surrender it. Refuse to use it any longer for defense of any kind. No longer willing to be a slave to the fear of the past, but willing to be the servant of love. Surrendering all of the body identity into the hands of God, the nervous system, muscles, tendons, skin, blood vessels, all that has been in the past identified as a person, now realizing you are the divine spirit of love. And the body will be used for love's divine intention, to bless, to comfort, to bring peace and harmony to all that you embrace. Breathing and allowing, surrendering the mind into the hands of God, willing for the mind to be cleansed of all beliefs of battle and separation, all thoughts of difficulty, surrendered, willing for the mind to be the innocence of God, filled only with the mind of God, the light of God, the wisdom of God. Every moment, brand new and innocent. And as you continue to breathe, allowing each breath to be filled with the light of God, and as you expel the breath, surrendering all the beliefs of the past, With every breath in, the yes to love, and with the breath out, the release of the past. All love. Now, here in this moment, the willingness to accept that here in the infinite circle of love, we are one. One divine union of love, one harmony, one peace, one vibration of love in this holy union. This sanctuary is filled with love because love is all that exists, not allowing anything else to be held as important or relevant, but remembering only love. Blessing every beloved that has walked with you in this journey, blessing each one as the innocence of God. Affirming that this universe is all love, harmony, and peace. Wanting to open to that truth and live in that truth, the truth of all life. There is only one presence here. It is the life force of God. And within this life force, we live and move and breathe as one. There are no differences in the light of God. There are no beloveds that are less qualified to be the light of God. There are no beloveds who have done anything that has changed their innocence as the light of God. The willingness in this moment to forgive all the beliefs that have been made up by the mind of the past. To forgive yourself for all of the different identities that have been passed around and given out to everybody in the name of defense and protection. Now all released in the forgiveness of love. Forgiving yourself for the false identity that you gave to the one that you believed you were. All of the ideas of being a victim in this world, all of the ideas of being less, and all of the ideas of being more, competing with anyone, realizing that all beliefs in competition surrendered into the hands of God. And in this one heart, the awakening, in this one mind of love, remembering. This moment affirming, only love exists. Allow this prayer to fill your heart and your mind with strength to walk in this journey in the divine intention of remembering the truth of existence. Let these vibrations of love fill your heart, fill every cell with the strength and the intention to remember. Oh, my Father, give me strength, give me courage on this road, to be a child of yours on earth and tread the path the masters show. Oh, my Mother, help me love, give me comfort to be aware, to obey these sacred teachings. It was your Son who showed the way. O my Master, your compassion can see through this pain, for it was you who came to earth to release us from these chains. O my Father, I am yours. Give me comfort to be aware. Send your angels here to guide me on this sacred path of the sun. O my Father and my Mother, who rule the world of love, send your angels to receive me in the gateway of pure love. How many times a day would it be helpful for you to ask for strength? How many times a day does your mind wander into old patterns and habits of defense and fears that it would be so helpful to stop and ask, Father, give me strength, give me courage on this road, to learn to be a child of God, to learn to be the truth of innocence in this moment and walk the path that all the masters have shown. I'm willing, I'm willing. Let your prayers ring in your heart all day long. Let your heart be filled with prayer, stepping out of I am doing anything, but rather show me the way. The misunderstanding in the journey of love is that you are in charge and that you are figuring it out, or that you are needing to make sense of anything, but rather let prayer fill your heart. Oh, my Father, give me strength. Right now, in this moment, give me strength. Give me the strength to trust. Give me the strength to follow. Give me the strength to listen. Give me the strength to surrender and come back to that exquisite place of not knowing. I don't know how to look on this world. I don't know about this relationship that I think I know something about, but now I'll surrender it to you. Give me the strength to see it through love and with love and as love. Give me strength. Give me courage to follow, to learn, and to accept the blessings and the comfort of love. I saw a great radiance. I saw a fountain of knowledge. I drank of her water, and she gave me the strength to carry on. In this river of God, I put myself to navigate. Every day, every moment, I drop into the river of God and let everything be navigated. I stepped into her boat and I encountered the Holy Grail, the truth of love. I heard her voice and her songs said to me, whoever drinks from this chalice of truth has a path to walk. I heard her voice, I heard her song. Whoever drinks of this chalice of truth and love has a secret to uncover within. Praise in the heights to the one who brings this power of love. Praise to all divine beings who serve love's remembering within humanity. They are the holy, blessed words of truth and love and peace. Eu vi grande e clara, viu fonte do saber. Eu bebi da sua água, me deu a força para vencer. Nesse rio de Deus, eu me pus a navegar. Eu tomei a sua barco agral, segredo foi encontrar. Ouvi a sua voz, é o seu canto eu me dizer. Quem bebe desse cálice tem caminho repercorrer. Ouvi a sua voz, eu ouvi o seu cantar. Quem bebe desse cálice tem segredo a desvendar. Hosana nas alturas, é quem deu esse poder. São santas palavras, benditos e natureza esse poder. I put myself to navigate. This is an essential element of the journey of love, to realize that the boat that is flowing in the river of God, you're being called to step into that boat. In stepping into the boat that flows in the river of remembering, there is a surrender within that is recognizing, I'm not leading the way. I'm not making the decisions of how this is going to unfold. I'm allowing that I can rest in the river of love and let the boat move and let it be unfolded in perfection as I allow the learning to enter into my heart and my awareness in every moment. The little boat. Why is it a little boat? It stays a little boat so that the ego mind of grandiosity can't grab it and make it something grandiose. My boat, my huge boat, the biggest boat on the river, full of trimmings and important flags and everything else. When God is calling you to come into that quiet place and be in that little boat, unassuming, unworried, learning the truth of humility, learning the way of love, learning the new way of kindness, and of realizing that there is nothing to get, but only to uncover the truth of love that is hidden within. And to see that truth of love reflected in every beloved. Nothing to correct in anyone else, but letting God and the divine light of love correct all beliefs coming from your mind of the past. The willingness to trust that love's only intention is to bring you back to peace and to the light and the truth of what you truly are. All the defense systems that have been made in this world of caution and vengeance and knowing have no value in any way. And they're being called to be surrendered and let go, moment by moment, with the willingness of your heart. A new life, a new way, a new truth unfolding and revealing itself. The solitary journey is in many ways a contradiction, because in truth, it's where complete union is with all life itself. And yet the journey is within, to learn of love, to enter into the stillness and to refuse to allow the chatter of the mind to have its way, but surrendering the mind into the hands of God, coming back to stillness and peace, ease, as the journey takes you easily in the little boat of love. Who is living next door? Who is really living next door to you? To what extent do you know the answer? And therefore, to keep remembering and be able to be grateful for their presence. Every beloved that is next to you at any given moment is the one who has been sent to you to help you remember love. By seeing in their reflection what you believe in. Because every beloved will reflect to you what you believe in. It is the mirror that is showing up for your healing. You have heard about God being indivisible. Is that just a rumor? Is there a difference between God and all existence? Still, most live as if there are differences between God and existence. Everyone lives as if many are in town instead of the one light of God in every beloved. Some ingredients to solving this vital equation may be missing. It could be the loving touch of someone who knows the truth that will bring you into that awareness. Someone who knows the truth and lives it as my master did. His touch could bring the fulfillment of prayers. Every master brings that grace, that peace, that harmony, that doorway into your life. Who is living next door? The mind would like to think that who is living next door has a name, an identity. You can identify them as male or female. You can identify them as whether you like their vibration, whether you approve of their ways. But as long as you live in that belief that someone is living next door that is different and you give an identity to, you will continue to have fear as your partner. To see the perfection of every beloved beyond the framework, beyond what those beloveds think of themselves or what you think of them. There is nothing that the ego loves more than that you join with every beloved and agree with them of their lack and their unloving self. Every beloved that you're with believes that they are separate from God for the most part. Do you join with them and agree with them? Yeah, you are a piece of work. You have a long way to go. I can see it. You're a mess. Those are the thoughts that run through the mind of assessment. Those are the thoughts that run through the mind of fear. But what you're really being called to in this journey of love is to no longer agree about anyone's limitation. To bring the light of love is to quietly hold each beloved and want to hold, and let your prayer be to hold that beloved as the light of God. Oh, my Father, give me strength. Give me courage on this road to walk the roads that the Masters showed. And that was the road that the Masters showed, to learn to offer love, peace. What is it that is in the way? Some ingredient to solving this vital equation may be missing. What is it that's missing? Compassion, kindness, trust in the light of truth, that each beloved must be the light of God. No exceptions. This place of surrender and acceptance of each beloved is a place that the ego hates and will actively resist. And the ego will, the mind that runs the past of your life, which is the ego identity, will find delight in pointing out the faults of others. There's a delight in it. There's this upside down satisfaction that comes from pointing out the faults of others. How did we become so separate from love? That doesn't really matter. It's the return home that matters. The refusal to live there any longer. The refusal to accept the past as legitimate. Every time that you believe you see a fault in someone or some situation, something to condemn, something to be afraid of, something to rail up against, every single time you see something in them, it is because you believe it about yourself. You either have had the belief within you that someone treated you shabbily and so it's time to pay back, to treat someone with unkindness and hold them as damaged and lacking in the truth of love is to join in the past and be in the pain of the past in your own life. There's no healing there possible. And yet, you're not condemned for it. There's no condemnation in God. But it makes your own pain and suffering stay affirmed. It keeps you in suffering and in pain as if it is real. And there is no reality in it at all. Every single moment is the opportunity of seeing without the meaning of the past that you gave it. What is the meaning that you gave to it is the question. To accept the divine teaching that you have given everything all the meaning that it has. Every single thing for you has been the meaning that you gave it. That takes courage and that takes strength of God to be in that honesty. It's a leap of faith to realize I've given this all the meaning that it has. And I can continue to give it meaning and suffer, or I can truly trust that in truth, everything is love beyond the meaning that I gave it. And in that, transformation can occur. You can bring truth and miracles and become that light of God that serves the remembering for everyone. Quietly, in your everyday life, quietly, not wearing a big sign saying, I am the miracle bringer, but just quietly affirming, no one has done anything. Show me how to serve each beloved. What are all the barriers that you have built against love? The willingness to let the spirit of love illuminate the barriers that you've made against love. Why is this so essential? Because those barriers that you've made for protection and defense are your place of pain. The barriers themselves keep you in a prison of your own ideas, your own reactions, and your own identity. So love keeps whispering, what are the barriers that you've made against love? Be honest and let the Holy Spirit illuminate those barriers. And here is the way that you can see the resistance to that illumination. If your prayer is, in truth, I want all the meaning and barriers that I have made against love, I want it all to be dissolved. I don't want to have a defense system anymore that keeps me from remembering love. Take all the barriers that I've made, I'm willing to shine the light on them all. And in that prayer, the Holy Spirit will illuminate the resistance. You'll see the resistance that you have of being free of the barriers to love. That you no longer want to carry the defense systems that you made that have been used for battle in this world. Don't seek for what is true. Seek for what false beliefs are running your mind. What is true is already all that you are. And the only thing that's in the way are the barriers that you've made against the truth. The meaning that you have given to everything is what's in the way. The false beliefs that are running your mind are being called to be illuminated so that they can honestly be surrendered into the hands of God. I no longer want to see others as failures. I no longer want to see others as the problem. I no longer want to see things outside as what keeps me from love, because it doesn't. What keeps you from love is just a defense system giving meaning to everything that has no real meaning to it. What are you chasing? The past? Chasing to have more worth, to be right, to be vindicated that you were right because the meaning that you gave everything, you have finally seen it come to fruition and you were right all along. The beloved who lives next door was a thief, you were right. The beloved who lives next door was the problem, you were right. You're vindicated. But in that vindication, you affirm the belief of separation. And your vindication just keeps it from you that you have not vindicated yourself and you have not vindicated anything into truth. You have joined in the insanity of believing that others are something to be defended against. And that you can be harmed by others. That you can lose peace because of others. Not realizing that the mind is making up everything and saying it doesn't believe in peace. It believes in what it sees. That's how much power you have in your mind. The power to make hell, the power to see the truth of heaven. That's how much power you have. Who is living next door? Loneliness is just another name for separation. The belief that you are alone without and that you are unsafe is the manifestation of the belief of separation. It's not true. You're not separate from love. You're not separate from God. It's not possible. God is the source of your life. To accept that truth is to accept harmony and peace and come back and let God bring you back to love. Today, I will judge nothing that occurs. Imagine that today you can make that vow. Tomorrow, you can make that vow. In every moment, you can make that vow. I will judge nothing that I think is occurring. Nothing. I will not give it any meaning that I believe I know anything. In that decision to join with God, with love, the Holy Spirit can now unravel your belief system because you've offered it to be unraveled. I will judge nothing that occurs. It is all in my mind, and I will be honest today. Honest that only love exists. The belief in scarcity comes from the meaning that has been given to everything in the world. The belief that there is not enough is a intense, essential principle of the belief of separation, scarcity, lack of love, believing that you have to fight and win in the world against an evil world, against a world that is dangerous and unloving. Every beloved has walked in this world believing that everything that they have seen in this world is unloving. And that the way to solve the problems of the world is to control it. To control the world and to prove that you're right and bring correction in what you think is right. But this is where all wars come from. Every nation that battles with another nation is battling over the belief that the other one is right and that their rules should govern. And this is what every beloved carries in the ego arrogance, is my way is right. I know the right way. Instead of show me the way of love, dear God. Oh, my Father, give me strength, give me courage on this road to be a child of yours on earth and walk the path that the Masters show. The path of forgiveness, the path of compassion, the path of kindness, the path of refusing to see others through fault for what they are not giving to you. Everything in the ego is about getting, instead of offering love. Because that is the way of healing. The more that you offer love, which means offering innocence and really wanting to see each beloved as the light of God, that's where your freedom is. That's where happiness is. That's where joy is. That's where contentment is. That's where harmony is. It's in offering love without conditions. No one has done anything to anyone. No one can change the truth of who you are. No situation can change the truth of who you are. But letting go of likes and dislikes is essential, because the belief in likes and dislikes in the world, rights and wrongs, good and bad, is what holds everyone in imprisonment. Believing that you need a world of defended nature to take care of yourself, to protect yourself, to believe that someone else can change the truth of who you are. While all the time that's going on is there is judgment of the other, and you are judging them as condemned. There's no peace there. There's no truth there. There's no love there. To be happy, to drop into that place of contentment, of peace within, which is happiness, is not to have any expectations of any situation or anyone. Now, those are just words until you begin to enter into the practice of not having any expectations. That means you are present. Expectations are about the future. And to have expectations is to be in the past. You can't have an expectation without gleaning from the past what you think is good, what you think you've already experienced and decided how it should be. all expectations are about something that is going to occur. And as soon as you have an expectation, you're not present. You're not in the now, this moment, where everything is complete and whole and perfect. This moment, there is nothing that's needed. Now, your mind can tell you that something is needed, but in this moment, there's only love. Drop into this moment. It's free. It's the truth of God. Love is only in this present moment. Love is here. This is what makes here reality, is that it's love. But imagine that you don't have any expectation of how things should be, or what should happen, or what you want to have happen. Instead of, you put the future into the hands of God, and you truly let it open with your trust in your heart, relaxed and at peace, right here, right now. If you open to this moment and trust this moment and let the future be for God and of God, and let it unfold. Have no expectations of how anything should be, how you want it to be, because every time you have an expectation of how things should be in the future, you are making it just exactly like the past. You have no place else for it to come from. Absolutely no place else. Every expectation that you have has to come from the past. You have no place else to glean from. Where would that thought come from of how things should be, and what you like and what you don't like, except from the past? And everyone is longing to let go of the past. That's everyone's longing, is to be free of the past, of the identity that you made up of battle, lack, abandonment, disregard, being unloved, having the feeling that you're unloved and without. All of that is what you're hoping is going to finally be washed away. But you keep reinforcing it with having expectations and bringing the past into the future. And in that, you can't be present. You can't be here where love is, resting, allowing that this moment is all love. This is why the calling is so deep and so strong, to come and rest in God. Rest here. Resting the mind, letting go of the mind and resting. Being content in this moment, that everything is perfect. Everything is harmony. Everything is peace right here, right now. It's nothing to get, nothing to prove, nothing to win, nothing to think about. There is an addiction. Ego is addiction. The recognition that it's addiction is helpful, because then you see its insidiousness. The ego addiction is I have a belief about somebody else, and my mind is going to keep going to that belief over and over and over again until I feel victorious in my righteousness. But it's also where you build a defense wall every single time you think you have a condemnation of someone else, or an opinion of someone else, or something else. It hits you in the heart, and it covers your heart and makes you insane in the mind. the heart is no longer available and the mind is in insanity. It's like a fever. It's like someone who's looking for drugs in that addiction. Instead of looking for drugs, you're looking for the drug of being right and defended and blaming someone else for how you feel. And it's always someone connected with the past. It's always available now for healing, of surrendering the beliefs of everyone that you thought you knew what and who they were, and surrendering them into the hands of God and wanting the innocence of love to be revealed to you. This is the healing of humanity. And you have that power within you to bring peace and love and joy and forgiveness into every situation. The funny thing is that the more that we think we have a special love relationship with someone, the more it actually means a hate relationship. And why is that? Because of the expectations. Oh, you're supposed to be like this because you're my special friend. So I have expectations of how you have to treat me. And when you don't treat me like that, I am outraged because of my expectations of you. Because I have rules that say nice people, people who love, treat others like this. And I am now condemning you for not treating me the way I had expectations of being treated. And it's all about getting. It's all about thinking that someone else has to prove your worth. When all you're being called to do to really find the truth of your heart is to offer love without conditions. To realize that every beloved's fears that they carry are a call for love. That you have the power within you in the truth of God. That power, the power of God is within you in your willingness to ask for that strength of God. Oh, my Father, give me strength. Give me courage on this road to offer blessings and see this beloved and hear their call for love. To go beyond what I think I know and expectations that my ego has made of the past, and open and hear the call for love. In every situation, who is living next door? Who is really living next door? This is the spiritual stirring of the heart. And to what extent do you think you know the answer? If you want to see love, you will see love. If you want to see your past, you will see your past reflected again and again and again. It's the choice of returning to love and surrendering the past and everything you thought you knew about it into the hands of God. Never, ever, ever are we ever disturbed by someone unless it is a reflection of our own past. It is never in a vacuum of something new. It is always a reflection of our past. And it gives us the opportunity of healing. This is the journey I walked, was the journey of healing to freedom, which was I had to be honest and recognize that everyone was a reflection of what I believed about in the past lives and the past of this lifetime. And every beloved was bringing me the opportunity of bringing out, illuminating the insanity of my own mind. and surrendering it into the hands of God, and the willingness that I so wanted to open my heart. I could feel the barriers of the heart. I could feel the pain of having defense, so much defense of the heart, so locked up, so imprisoned, that I couldn't touch the heart because I built this steel wall around it in the belief of protection from the world. And I had to surrender all these beliefs and say no more. Who is living next door to me? The light of God. The Christ of truth is living next door. Will I see that beloved as the Christ of truth? And refuse to believe that I know what their journey should look like. I'm here to learn to love. That was all. Is there a difference between God and existence? Absolutely not. The only existence that there is God. Everyone is the light of God. Anything else is just made up in the insanity of the mind. It's a fever. It's a sickness that we carry in the belief of separation. But the sickness is just self-made and really doesn't even really exist except that we believe in it. It doesn't exist. All the beliefs of being unfairly treated from the past, all the past lifetimes, was a made-up illness of the mind, the belief of separation from God. It's an honesty that has a huge amount of resistance to, because the ego really wants to be right. It's like getting a drug. Being right is like so, it has so much investment in it, being right. It feels so righteous. Everybody has felt that righteousness of being right and of wanting to declare being right. Look, let me show you how right I was. Ah, ha, 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 I got you, I got you, I got you. I was right. You're a mess. You're the problem. And then in the quietness of when you go to bed, all of the pain is still there. All of the righteousness is there, and it's painful. It's disturbing. It's filled with guilt. It's filled with remorse that can't even be felt because the righteousness is so prevalent, so familiar. But it's hell. There is no peace. There is no harmony. There is no joy in being right. There never will be any joy, any peace, any harmony in being right. It's a painful companion. And it closes out all the companions of love. Not because they turn away from you, but because you said, no, I don't want you to come in. I want to be right. I want to live with my righteousness. I want to tell the story again and again and again of how I was unfairly treated. I knew that poison. I could tell the story again and again and again of being unfairly treated. And I did tell that story of being unfairly treated again and again and again. And if there was nobody to listen to it, I ran it through my mind again and again and again and again. Not getting the connection that that was my own hell that I was holding myself in, of being righteous, of being right, of being identified as a victim of being unfairly treated, of being damaged. This was the prison I made. And yet God was always calling and saying, you don't have to suffer like this. You don't have to keep suffering like this and being right and refusing love. Surrender. Surrender. I surrender. I surrender. The words without the intention behind them don't mean anything. But the words with the intention of I truly want to be healed and I truly want to let go of the prison that I've made, God hears that constantly and answers it constantly. That's how the miracles occur. The willingness to be transformed, the willingness for the mind to be let go of something that seems impossible. When you live it, it feels impossible to let go of because it's so entrenched in your identity. And yet, that leap of faith, do what I cannot do, heal these insane beliefs that I carry. I'm willing. I'm willing to see only with love and to embrace every beloved. I'm terrified, but I'm willing. And not even realizing that the being terrified is just the defense system again. And it's the rebellion against God. The fear says fear is real and fear is valid. And all that it is a defense against love. Surrendering all fear. Letting it go. Because all it does is it's the sword that the belief uses to stay in separation. The belief of separation itself, the belief that you've been unfairly treated, that the meaning that you have given the world is valid. You're refusing. I'm the light of God. Show me the way. Show me the way to love and I will accept it. Those who remember that they know nothing and who have become willing to learn everything will learn it. To be the happy learner, to be in the schoolroom of love, gladly receiving divine teachings and being willing to be transformed out of the beliefs of the past. The way of love. Embrace what is here right now. This love, this light, this exquisite truth that is within you. Nothing else is real. Only the love that you are and the love that everyone is. One love, one divine union. Every beloved that has ever walked this earth is your divine heart. One heart, one life, for all eternity. You can't go into all eternity hating. It's not possible. And imagine, you think you're in that now. This is forever. Thank God this isn't real. In the eternal life, it is all love. Your divine spirit is whole and complete and the perfection of God. Do not allow yourself to be dispirited, to lose the awareness of your divine spirit. It's to everything. It is who you are. You can change costumes. You will maybe change costumes again, and you've had 100,000 costumes in the past. different identities, male, female, good, bad, tall, short, none of that matters. Educated, non-educated, smart, stupid, whatever. It's all the same. It's all made up. The wisdom of the universe is who you are, what you are. It's never changed. It's just the willingness to open to the divine that is here right now, the light that you are. Forgiving the past, truly forgiving. I was mistaken. I was mistaken. I didn't know the truth. I was mistaken about the past, and I was mistaken about everyone that I thought I knew in the past. None of them were the roles that I gave them. None of them were the identities that I gave them. None of it was true. They were all just the light of God. One light, one love, one perfect harmony.